Good morning, Internet. I just wanted to get on here real quick and talk about all the awesome stuff I get to see in my work. I've got these bracelets on, Revitalize Your Life, and that's what we're seeing at Revitalize Clinics and ROHCT Wellness Bar. These people are legitimately feeling better. People are letting go of things that they've been holding on to. I love that Buddhist saying, holding on to resentment is like swallowing poison and expecting someone else to die. That's legitimate, and people hold on, like Bessel van der Kolk's work, hold on to their trauma in their bodies as inflammation. You have more neurotransmitters in your gut than you do in your brain. I like to think of it as like a sopping wet towel. And so that's why some of the ego dysfunction agents, part of the medicine, is purging. They're all kind of late stage studies. I've went to that MAPS conference, the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies. It's definitely the next wave of functional medicine and psychiatry, as long as we do it right. We need to learn from our past. We need to not repeat the mistakes of the original kind of forefathers in Western medicine, trying to bring this type of transformational medicine to the forefront by being mindful of not only how we present these potential catalysts for change, also being very thoughtful of how we relay this information to the public. So as a psychiatric provider, worked in community mental health as well as the inpatient and outpatient units, prescribed long-acting injectables. I was the medical prescriber for the first evidence and first episode psychosis team at the local community mental health center, the guidance center, and seeing the treatment outcomes that I've seen in our clinic now since we opened in 2021 has been like, just honestly, I get the chills pretty much every day I work. I like to consider myself an interventional psychiatric provider now. My goal is to see people less over time, not more, at least in the sick kind of sense, right? That's why we opened up ROHCT Wellness Bar, because we want a place for people to go to continue kind of that momentum, right? So I like to think of like revitalize, optimize, and harmonize clinic and therapeutics. That's ROHCT Wellness Bar. Revitalize is writing that cup. So many people are trying to fill up their cup from below, doing those things that they think would fill their cup. And without writing your cup, you're not actually going to fill your vessel, right? And then optimizing is kind of that daily practice. James Clear's Atomic Habits book, right? And so you're looking at like meditation, physical activity, conscious human connection, movement is medicine, physical activity, avoiding the SAD diet, the standard American diet. And I like to think that nothing is inherently good or bad. The dose makes the medicine, the dose makes the poison. If we're saying certain things are nothing but bad or good, we're giving them power. And really, there has to be conscious thought around why we're doing something. If you're using marijuana, infrequently, or alcohol infrequently, and it's the social lubrication that you need to be able to get out there and start that social connection, and you wouldn't be social without that. Let's be aware of that, and then be able to understand that that's just part of it, right? And obviously we want to use those things less over time, particularly if we're using it as crutch, right? I personally don't think that introversion is a real thing. I think that at some point, when you were letting out your awesomeness earlier in life, you were judged to a point where you felt that it wasn't safe to be yourself in all of your radical authenticity, and therefore made a conscious decision to, whenever you go out, put a mask on. And putting that mask on is exhausting. Anytime you're not able to be that real version of yourself and you have to kind of fake it, that isn't sustainable. Like, that's exhausting. No one can handle that. And So if you're going out and being extroverted introvert, you're putting on a show, and you realize that that is just too much and you can't do that. So that's my thoughts around introversion. The optimization, again, that human connection is just part of it, right? Any sort of psychedelic medicine should be thought of as a catalyst. Harmonizing is living your ikigai, right? That Venn diagram overlap, what you're good at, what you're passionate about, what the world needs more value. So important to recognize no silver bullet, a million silver BBs, and what I get to do in my work every day is literally saving lives, is changing people's internal perspective of themselves. I am not the healer. I'm turning the key, getting out of the way, helping people remember how capable they have always been. And oh my gosh, how rewarding it is. Incredibly rewarding. So if you'd like to learn more, if you'd like to book a consultation, learn about the ketamine treatments or the transcranial magnetic stimulation, the S-ketamine, Spravato, learn about some of our D-prescription program, learn about some of our retreats or some of the other things that we're doing at ROHCT Wellness Spa, learn the benefits of infrared sauna and cold plunge and red light therapy, and conscious human connection, being around other people trying to be best versions of themselves. Reach out today. We're happy to see you. And remember what's good for you